y'all. Hey, it's me, Auntie Buffie. I missed you, my nieces and nephews. I'm back, and I'm so excited because we about to do this damn thing about this marriage down to the medicine reunion part 2. But first, a couple things I need to discuss with y'all. I heard you loud and clear. I read the comments. I got rid of the damn floating crystals. Okay? Me and Mariah was just trying to do something cute for y'all and elevate the experience on the YouTube with some crystals and some diamonds. But I heard you said it was too distracting, so I got rid of it. Also, I saw a number of the Bitter Betty comments, and I leave the stuff up. I want y'all to grow up a little bit and elevate your shade. I am not bitter. I'm aggrieved. Look it up. All right. So today on Ask Auntie Buffie, I have been blessed again to have the presence of my good friend, business mogul, job creator, network slayer, mother, wife, creator, and the executive producer of the show we all love, Married to Medicine, the one and only Mariah Huck, baby.
Yes, honey, give me more. Give me more. I love it. I love good old introduction. How are you today?
I'm great. All facts. We need to help them elevate their shade, right, Mariah? Use the word
money. You absolutely need to help them elevate their shade, but I'm not sure if I do it for free. That's a class, honey. I think they need to sign up for one of those expert classes.
Correct. They need to learn. So, okay. So, right. We're going to get into this here reunion. But first things first, I want to get something off my chest. And then I'm going to ask you about something I want you to get off your chest. So, for me, I did do a post because the people down in the YouTube streets and the Bravo streets have accused me, Auntie Buffie, of leaking the video, girl. Of me leaking the video.
Hold the line. Wait a minute. So the video is the video of Jackie on Heavenly's podcast making disparaging remarks about Black patients and minority patients. That video?
That video. They said I leaked it. I don't know how I leaked something that's already in public domain.
That's what I'm trying to find. Help me understand this, because I think I don't have a clear, concise understanding of the situation. So the video, how would you leak it? Wasn't the video posted on her best friend Heavenly's page?
Oh, yes, it was live and someone screen recorded it. But the tea is Heavenly still got that damn video up on her page to this day, monetizing it, boo. So now that's your good girlfriend.
Right.
And you still got it up, making a coin off of it. But everybody want to blame me. So they're using
I thought they were blaming Quad. I thought
they did blame Quad. Then Quad's publicist came out and said that they've done some detective work down to the agency and figured out that it was a prior wife on the show. And Heavenly said, we know who it is. Now, Sweet Tea done gave me the back behind the scenes tea and said at the reunion, Heavenly said me. And Andy was like, who, Buffy? But they edited that out. So yeah, but it's fine. It's so fine. Listen, let me tell y'all something, children, nieces and nephews. Auntie Buffy doesn't hide her hands. And so if it was something that was private and I leaked it, I guarantee you I would have taken credit for it. Okay.
Yes, but we're gonna pick up mud, honey. We're gonna pick it up and sling it and show you our hands.
Goddamn right. Okay. You don't hide our hands like the rest of these children.
Not at all, honey.
We don't. Now that I got that off my chest, thank you very much. I want to ask you how you feel about this here interview with Cecil and Eugene down to the Carlos King.
You know what? A couple people have reached out to me about it. I guess because they, it was a long interview, so initially I couldn't find the part, but then I saw it. And let me just say, I appreciate Carlos asking the tough questions, even, asking about me and my role as it relates to, creating the show and executive producing it. I love that Cecil somewhat gave me my flowers, not that I need validation or anything, but it just the fact that somebody at least admitted a little bit of the truth, which is, how hard I had worked to create it and stuff. What I absolutely positively did not like that both of them kind of did to me, especially Dr. Eugene was, just call him Eugene. I didn't like the way in which they tried to push. He kept talking about a narrative. He doesn't like the narrative that's going out that, people push me off the show, or, the ladies can push someone off the show. I don't like the narrative he's creating. that the very person that the show, the entire franchise had to come to work angry. I've never been an angry Black woman. That's not who I am. I don't like that whole stereotype. Anytime I had did something, Buffy, this, I've always been professional, showed up on scene. So I just was really taken back that he tried to make it look like I just was doing things in the middle of the scene. No, to be honest, I was a victim of some egregious treatment. While I filmed, and honestly, a lot of it played out in front of the world, but it's just so blatant that people just don't want to accept it for what it was, of how I was treated. And they was on a hijacked plane and knew it and didn't give a damn. They just, at the end of the day, they knew I started it. They know I didn't sign a bad deal. They know I didn't give it away. They know I didn't sell it. They knew before this production company that I was with another production company that I partnered with. So for them to use words like insubordination, it's not applicable. Not for me with my partner. And the only time I would say something about the partnering production company is when they were so disrespectful to me that I had to stand my ground as a woman, as a mother, as an individual that shouldn't be treated and isolated the way they did, during my course of, filming. So I was just a little taken back of the narrative, the angry Black woman. She wants to fight. She likes to fight. I didn't want to have to fight for what I had worked so hard to build. I thought I would have some support from any of them, and it just turns out that, he thinks I was fight. I just wanted to fight. Who wants to fight to build something and have to fight to keep it?
People who ain't never built nothing don't understand.
Yeah,
so
and then they'll
say
say
that I mean,
people are quick to say, well, go do another show. I don't think they understand the magnitude. This is a franchise. So for me, it wasn't just the show. It was an American dream that feels like now a farce, to work so hard, build, execute, and to have it pretty much, how it went. And then for them to now act like the reality is something different and someone's creating a narrative. Forget the narrative, just create the facts or just state the facts, Dr. Eugene. That's what I would love.
It could have just been, if they would have just left it at what Cecil said, where he said, if not for Mariah to be here, I would have been so proud of them. It would have been so, because it's not that difficult. Leave out all that other stuff. And for me, when I say some people haven't built something, not many, very few people that look like us know what it is to build a franchise television show that's been on TV for a decade and have to fight with the damn production companies and networks and executives. Racism, sexism, all that does exist. And to create this narrative that you need to be quiet, and it to me, it rings of, we all Black, so we got to get in our place. And no, everybody don't believe that. I don't.
It gave me those vibes too. And the part that it made me realize is, no matter what, Buffy, they just don't want to accept, or just are in denial about the fact that I was the creator, the EP. They keep talking about the production company and insubordination, but they don't want to accept or respect the fact that I created it, starting as my baby, and always has been. Instead of just saying, hey, they told us something different, we're sorry for the way they did it, we didn't know. You know what? It's okay. I don't expect it.
It would have been so lovely if they could have said that, but
but it's okay. Moving right along, honey.
Moving right along, but we got to address it. The people gonna want to know. But that's whatever.
Because it's hurtful, but we push through.
Yeah. And they can't take from you what you did. Everybody knows, and everybody still loves your show. All right, so let's get on into this here reunion. When did it become the quad apology reunion, child?
I don't know. What did you think? I mean, what did you think about the apologizing? And
I think it was a bit excessive. Why every damn second quad got to apologize to these bras? It ain't like these bras. I mean, I ain't know like none of them fan really, except Sweet Tea. I love her, but
I was wondering. I know Sweet Tea.
right. But why is Quad? Why is she she got to kiss everybody's ass? Like, it was a bit much, no?
Well, she's being hazed. If she wants to, return and be and play nice, they break up and then make up. I was just so shocked at how soon, at the top of the hour of this second part, that everything all of a sudden was resolved. It felt like they came to a quick resolution, like over the commercial break or something. I was confused. Is it me, or did it feel like all of a sudden it's just all these things that were said that I don't know, things were said and done that seemed to be very hurtful, I thought, in the moment. But then when I saw this reunion, I'm like, hold on a minute. They made up mighty quick.
They did. It was weird to me. Like, I get that. Well, I don't know. I still don't understand. Explain the couches to me. Why is Quad on the couch with the I don't understand why Simone isn't. And this, I've always had this question. Why is Simone not on the same couch with Jackie and the dentist? Why is Phaedra, and why is it because it's alliances? Because I thought it was supposed to be like doctors' wives and doctors.
So no, I think what they've done, it was kind of like that, and it just took that course naturally, I guess. But I think they're trying to set a tone or a narrative, like Simone has a team and Jackie has a team. They kind of keep them like that to me. They've been like that for the past few seasons too. It has.
So Simone and Jackie run the girls. They run the girls.
Baby, they run the girls, honey. They're running the girls. Can I get some laugh, honey? Do the hair like this. And the girls run.
And they apologize. Run, honey.
Basket, whatever you need.
Yeah, so they show Quad and Jackie and that bull crap, and then they show Quad and Simone, and Simone wasn't very believable in her. Yes, we can move forward. It seemed like a very much this my check, and so I know we got to make up for the sake of the show. We don't want to be like Real Housewives of Potomac, where it's too painful to watch, kind of situation. Was what I thought.
I think Simone's over it. She's seen through a lot of Quad's lies. She probably can't say it or won't say it, but I assure you she's over that bull.
So then we come back and Andy is all like, everybody's made up. It's so great. And Quad and Jackie have made up, and Quad and Heavenly and everybody. And then Jackie, the good old elder OBGYN, darling, she brings up, yes, we all talked about accountability. And baby, I fell out my damn bed. That she brought up the word accountability.
When she said that shit. When she said that shit, I thought to my God, this has got to be a farce. This has got to be an April Fool's joke already, early. I thought that was crazy. That lady does not know anything about accountability. Yeah, she doesn't.
She knows about holding other people to be accountable.
Yeah, they don't, but she's not held to those same standards and expectations. That's the funny part.
Well, she was fine because she saw that Andy took care of her. Like you said, they coddled her. Her segment was over. She knew she was free to be Jackie, honey, for the rest of the reunion.
Yeah. Now she's going to ridicule the rest of the girls for the rest of the reunion.
And be on her high post like she's, Jackie of Nazareth. All right, then we get the sweet tea segment. Now, why are they treating this girl so bad? I mean, I get you the new girl, and so we gonna haze you or whatever. But this is something they're doing too damn much, Mariah. It's too much for this young girl. It's a lot.
Too. I think so too, but I think that would be the only conflict really outside of the the Quad stuff. If Sweet Tea's not there, then they wouldn't have anybody to gang up on.
Right. I don't like how they play her. Like they're like the dentist is always like she ain't got nothing to lose. This girl is a vet. Like she served her military in her country, and she has a government job with security clearances. What are you talking about? Like, I am sick of this elitist, I'm a doctor, I'm a dentist bullshit. Everybody has careers for which they can be proud, and you shouldn't diminish that because you think you whatever, because you're a damn doctor of dentistry. I really don't care for that at all.
Well, I think the one thing we have to remember is the group you're dealing with, and with some positions, how people have God complexes. We don't really talk about it a lot, but some of them, there is that elitist attitude and that attitude of no accountability or anything. So yeah, they've been like that a while though. I mean, Heavenly just kind of, at first she seemed to be a little bit more down to earth, but now that she's been accepted, not just as a dentist, because in the beginning it was is a dentist a doctor type conversation. Right. and
Right.
they were minimizing her that way. But now,
Mhm.
she's doing the bullying.
Mhm. I'm glad you brought
Sweet
that up
Tea can take
about, huh?
Sweet Tea can take it though. She's
She's
holding her
hanging.
own very well.
Yeah, she's hanging, but it's I was gonna bring this up later, but they were talking about Sweet Tea not fitting in the group toy. It was like, why did the dentist say that? And I thought that was really interesting, considering when you brought the dentist in the group, she was she
Personality wise, not at all.
fitting in?
I don't think she was. I don't know if it's you know what I mean. It's tough to say because it's so many different personalities. Some might mesh together and some may not. But Heavenly was very rough around the edges, kind of. When I say I'm not being funny, like for real, she was just kind of uncouth, unpolished, just
Still is,
raw,
still
kind of
is.
raw. It was so her saying that is actually kind of comical.
It's
What do you
hilarious.
think?
Right.
What
When
do you
she
think?
done had 50, 11 surgeries to get acceptance from Jackie.
Yeah,
Like, girl.
and still hungry. She said that. Shit.
I am too. I am too.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
I stay hungry, honey, but I took my shots.
I know that's right. You shoot them up. Do what you got to do. They fit
So,
fine.
right. They so then they showed her package, Sweet Tea's package, and Phaedra talking about, do you get a prenup? When, girl, you asked this man for $4,000. But anyway, they age shame her. Then they talk about her health issues. And I'm just like, wrong road, in the words of Portia Gubati or Williams or whatever her name is nowadays. Wrong road. Why are y'all going after this girl?
Wrong road.
Same mess. Talking about she done trapped Dr. G into marrying her, knowing she had fibroids. Baby.
That's crazy. That is so crazy, and I think it's so disrespectful. Because honestly, I think it was really big and transparent of Sweet Tea to share that. She don't have to share what's going on with her uterus and her ovaries with them hoes. Excuse me. She don't have to show. That's very intimate. That's something that's very intimate to a woman. And if she respected Heavenly or whoever enough to share that, then you would think that it would be some empathy there. But when they don't like you, they're not going to be empathetic to anything you're going through. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Right. And you said a mouthful. You would think a young lady would share that with this new friend of women who are older, who are physicians, who have kids of their own. You would think you would get some empathy. And instead, you see the dentist saying, well, if it were me, I would have done more research and I would have gone to the doctor and got a biopsy and done all that. That's blaming her. Like, that's saying that she didn't do something right. And like, that's some nasty work. It just is. And I know she's cognizant of what she's doing. It's a different type of shade. And it's just wrong. It's the same bullshit they done to you, me, anybody with any issues with their fertility. They weaponize that, and it's not right. It's just not.
Yeah, it's not. I think about how I felt when I was pregnant with twins, filming, being isolated, and they did come. A couple of them called and checked on me, but
what you mean? What you mean? Everybody didn't call you and check on you?
Yeah, if the cameras were rolling. But you know what? It is what it is. My point in saying that is, I just feel like the question I had after watching this is, how are they going to progress? Because it seems like that role that Sweet Tea is in is a revolving door, and the attrition is high, and it doesn't seem like anybody they're going to like besides the core group, so they can keep control and keep isolating somebody. What was your thoughts? Did you think that it seemed a little swayed? Do you think there's going to be ever a person that fits with the ungolden girls?
I feel like we don't need somebody that fits. We need fresh new people. We sick of the boring same one trick pony, as you've said so eloquently about them. It's been 10 years. We need some new stories. We need some young people with, like, the dynamic between Dr. G and Sweet Tea is one that is very common with
It is.
male physicians marrying younger women. I don't know why they're acting like that's such a big deal. My husband's almost 10 years older than me. Who cares?
Mhm.
Like, why are they
Yeah.
making such a big deal about that? That's showing a part of being married to medicine that some people can relate to. You don't want the same damn people over and over again. That's the problem. And
That's
I ain't
right.
creating no TV show, but I am a viewer, and I have loved your show, Married to Medicine, from season 1. And what I liked is everybody has a different thing, but now they're all morphing into trying to be Jackie, and
They
it's too
are.
much.
It is. And the crazy part about it is just thinking about the whole Dr. G thing. Dr. G, a damn pimp. I love it, honey. He really can have a spinoff show. A
But he
spinoff
could.
with him. Look, he's on a show with his wife, his ex-wife, and an ex-lover. Now, peep game, honey. The little nerdy Dr. G. You better come through, Dr. G.
Yep,
You
do it. You got there right. He on there with an ex-girlfriend, his ex-wife, and his new wife. Yeah,
girlfriend and a new wife. Damn.
And she younger than them all.
I think he done broke history with that one. I really think so. You know, the funny thing is, though, Quad and he had a big age gap. You know, they had a big age gap. So obviously he likes someone a lot younger than him, which a lot of men do. So I don't know.
Yeah. Did you hear about the dentist calling him the P word on Twitter?
Oh, why did she do that?
I have no idea.
That
Crazy.
was a whole other level.
Crazy. Like she liked to call me. She lucky he ain't suing her behind. You don't do that. You took it too far.
You can't play like that.
That man a whole doctor. You can't do that.
Yeah, just out the blue. Did she drop an apology? Some fake apology after?
Like she say, I'm apologizing, I'm gonna take it back. She always, that's what get me on this show is people think they can say horrific things, and when they say I'm sorry, then poof, it's magically over. Everything is great in the world. That ain't how it works.
That's what I don't like. I know you have to have resolve, at the end of the show so you can move on. You don't want to get stuck in drama from last season. But to me, it just doesn't feel real sometimes. It's starting to be redundant. Starting to be very redundant and not authentic.
And some beefs need to stay because, like you said, that's real. And seeing them do the work to try to get back. I understand that we got to do the work to get back together or be able to be in the same room with each other and keep it authentic. But the whole, like you said, all of a sudden, Quad's crying, and the next second, she and Simone hugging in the room. That shit don't happen in real life. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah. Now, I was thinking, and I know how shaken up you were when you initially heard her say that, when she had that profile, Simone, and said that, made the comment on the last episode. So just think from that time, she really had just to forgive that quick and that fast. I mean, great forgiveness is great, but I thought I just wasn't expecting that.
It was
not something so serious.
She should have got into Simone ass about that. But again, they got this hierarchy and you want to keep your job. And it's kind of, you got a survival of Married to Medicine. You got to kiss the ring. And that's what people doing, unfortunately. And it takes away from the show because Quad can read. She could have told Simone ass up and that would have been quality TV. Quality TV. But, everybody's trying to be Dr.
I would have thought it would have been. Yeah, it seemed like it would have been warranted,
Everyone would have been on her side.
Yeah.
But back to Sweet Tea. I hated to see her cry at the end of that package. I know how it is to be first season, only season I was, but I understand. And then for her to feel like at least I had you and Toya was on my side. She ain't got nobody. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
because Dr. G seemed to be supportive,
he is. Yeah. But it's not like being he ain't in every scene. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? He's not there every time she's in the film with a group of all these women, and it seems like everybody is against her. And I personally am proud of her for holding her own and making it through because baby, they went out for the damn jugular.
Me too. I'm proud of her as well.
I didn't like Andy asking her about her prognosis, about her fertility. I mean, I know she started talking about it, but I just felt a certain kind of, I don't like Andy. Let me just.
You don't. you have been going in on Andy.
I don't care for Andy Cohen.
Have you? Let me ask you this: have you ever had a personal experience, or like in person with him, that rubbed you the wrong way or something? Because it has to be a reason.
Oh, there's a reason. At the reunion, he came into my dressing room. I get up to hug him. I'm excited. It's Andy Cohen. He goes back like this, baby. He recoils. And I said, oh, okay. And then he proceeded to do his little scene he had to do with me. And I was like, bye, Andy. Yes. He recoiled, honey. Like, no, I can't hug you, Jackie.
Maybe he had just gotten dressed and didn't want, and Mike.
Girl, stop. All right. Where Lakeisha at? Mariah.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't. He's always, me and Nene had this conversation all the time about her experiences with him, and I think it was a little different with her because they was like had this brother-sister relationship and grew the network together, grew the Housewives franchise together. So they would, kind of go back and forth and volley a bit. But my interaction with him has always been more positive, to be honest. But it could have been because I was going through so much with the production company that the network was always kind of supportive of me, or in a position where they looked like they were being supportive.
I get it, and they should, and he should respect you. Hell, you created a show that's making them lots of money. With me, I know why he acted that way, because that was the same year that they were pimping The Dentist's Good Book, and it was about, ironically, women's fertility, and she outed mine. So of course, you messing up our coin, and her book was under his imprint. So I get it. It was allegiance to the good.
You're right.
The good doctor. So I didn't care for Quad and Heavenly talking about Sweet Tea by fake clothes, because I remember
Heavenly with that bag and all that thick ass plastic. You Heavenly?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was, what? I thought the same exact thing. I said, "Oh, this is deja vu," because she definitely pulled it out, and it still had the plastic on it.
And they don't give us no plastic when we buy those.
God, had the plastic on it. She wasn't fazed by it, as if it was real.
Baby, how people change when they get a few more coins, honey, and get a stylist in their life. Now all of a sudden they a designer girl, honey.
Yeah, designer, honey, and have the audacity to be trying to shade Sweet Tea. Bless her heart.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So then Andy speaks about Sweet Tea and her social media, which hell, I'm proud of Sweet Tea. They in there running their damn mouth about you. You should get on there too. And the girls start arguing, Quad and Sweet Tea, and Andy picks up a brownie and starts eating the brownie. And I'm like, that's exactly what that damn want. That's what he want, messy ass. That's what he want. That's what they envision. They want the ex-wife and the wife to fight. And the gag would have been if Quad and Sweet Tea would have been friends. That would have messed them all up. But
it would have. And they didn't seem, to be honest, initially it didn't seem like they really had any beef, you know what I'm saying? No animosity. I think it's probably just instigators. The crazy part is I think Heavenly looked crazy arguing with this girl. She looked like she's just trying to be a guard dog for everybody else. Like, you know what I mean? If Quad has an issue with it, let Quad be her own goddamn guard dog.
Right. Quad can clearly speak for herself. But what else is going on in Heavenly's life if she ain't being in everybody else's business? Okay, what's that? In the immortal words of Mariah, her catch.
Maybe something had something to do with the Similac in her.
We're gonna get into the infamil, baby.
Shit, maybe it has something to do with the Similac.
That's right on the next list. You going to bring that up? What's up with the infamil?
What's up with the infamil? I mean, Andy brought it up. He brought it up, and apparently a lot of people had questions about it. I guess she said Daddy had to her husband, she calls Daddy, had to drink it because he's lactose intolerant or something.
And I'm just like, in that soy milk, in that oat milk, what you need infamil for? But that's cute. And then Jackie had said on a live that they used it on their skin. So I'm just like, can y'all get the lie right?
Yeah, the story is all over the place.
Keep changing.
I kind of feel like, you tell me this, Buffy. It just feels like the entire story arc the storylines are so repetitive and redundant. The isolate, break up, make up. And is that just me? I want to make sure I'm not biased and looking at it like, shaded glasses, because it just feels so damn I feel predictable to me.
Yeah, and that's not how it is in real life. Real
It's not.
friends are friends. Like, we don't just, there's no revolving door of new friends that we just kick out because we don't want them in the core group. If the core group is stuck, then don't damn add nobody. But what's going to happen is you're going to mess around and not have no TV show no more, because what else is going on? Y'all don't want to share stuff. Where Curtis been all year? Yep, I said it. Like, y'all don't want to share nothing. So why you running off to this girl?
Booed
Up, baby.
Up. Yeah. Booed up,
and Andy was real messy talking about in from the DR.
Wait a minute. Yep, honey, from the DR.
They said he building a development. I didn't know he was an architect.
I didn't know either, honey. Building one, not riding on Spirit Airlines. He ain't. You shitting me? I would want to know what he building. Not on Spirit Airlines, no ma'am.
Women, what?
It was something about some Spirit Airlines or something I can recall. Don't get me this damn telling the truth.
Ooh, they wrong for that, and they why make all this coin. That was one thing I said on social media too about them constantly coming for Sweet Tea, saying she a gold digger, and I said some of these women most of these women make more money than their husbands on this show. Are they gold
diggers? Right. Why would they? Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah. So let's see. Toya, we talked about that. Mariah, we talked about that. T thinking that these women would come in her arms. Heavenly called Dr. G old as dirt, girl, and she
and they 2 years. Yes, they're 24 months apart. That's crazy. That's kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What you think about Sweet Tea quoting you in her infamous Instagram post about daddy allegedly cheating on the dentist?
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not offended, or I mean, she can quote anything she wants to, especially because if I said it, it's a fact. One thing I don't do is make up stories. I don't have to lie on anybody. I definitely wouldn't do anything to break up any family. So I felt like I needed to back up off that situation, because regardless of what people think, I made a conscientious decision to not pull out receipts, because I had to think about what the purpose of the show was. And it's to keep families and to acknowledge a lot of the families, build them, not tear them apart. And Dr. Damon looked me in the face and asked me not to. And that's
Say that again. Say that one more again.
Dr. Damon looked me in the face and asked me not to. Don't do that. He said, I've been supportive of you. He's like, Mariah, I've been supportive of you and your project. Don't do that. And he was right. I respected what he said. I respect him. He's a nice guy. And as much as his wife makes me cringe, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go down that path, because I know that kind of stuff come back. And I don't want to do that.
Well, you're more magnanimous than I am.
Right. You said, honey, pull out all the receipts.
I was like, what is it? Absolutely not.
I need to see the receipts. I need to see the invoices. I need to see everything. 30, 60, 90-day billing, please.
Everything. The accountant in me came out.
I know. I can only imagine. The
1099. The men get into it, and Dr. Damon asked Dr. G if he thinks he cheated. What you think about that moment?
Oh, I thought that was such an intense little exchange. But I think Dr. G, he's a smart guy. You got to remember, he's Ivy League grad. I would have said no. I would have said exact same thing that Dr. G said. Damon seemed a little volatile right then. Like, he seemed very upset. Like, he would have snapped,
he seemed very heated. I would agree that I feel like that Dr. G kind of was like, I'm just gonna keep it warm, nice in the group. But what
guy code, you really, what you gonna
you kind of have to, right? Because they handle stuff different, right?
Some shit you take to the grave,
right? What I didn't like was Curtis talking about you're being evasive. I'm like,
Curtis, I want to say, Curtis, this is when you be quiet, zip, honey, and slip on in the corner somewhere where nobody can see your long ass cheating.
Right.
And you are building houses or riding on Spirit or whatever it is that he does, honey.
Not on Spirit.
I cannot believe he said a word. He
the audacity
in the background on that part.
The audacity, honey,
The
of this
audacity of
mug.
hope, honey. That was crazy
Big
to
woman
me.
behind.
You should have laid it right back on the wall and became a wallpaper, honey. For real. I don't know what the hell he was doing.
Sweet Tea also talked about feeling like Heavenly got her drunk in that scene, that Heavenly had ordered her all these drinks and she thought that Heavenly was drinking with her, but Heavenly was not drinking, when she kind of said some stuff that got, her and Dr. G into some arguments. Is that something that people do just from your own experience? You don't got to name anybody if you don't want to, but is that a tactic in reality TV to try to get folk to say stuff they wouldn't normally say?
Well, of course that is, but I think the bigger thing in that situation is for Sweet Tea. I hope that was an aha moment for her, to realize, yes, they will give you plenty of drinks and act like they kikiing and leg smacking, and they're taking mental notes and sometimes recording,
Right.
So you do have to be very cognizant of your surroundings, even with
Right.
these ladies. And I hope she's like that too, leaving the events. My mom put me on game. My first season, she didn't want us to drive to events. She was like, don't they give y'all alcohol? Y'all don't need to drive, just have a driver. She was right, because you go have fun at an event, and next thing you know, you got a DUI, and you don't know if somebody called you in from leaving that event. Called, So I hope that she's careful and uses this as a moment to not make the same mistake. But yes, they do that. They'll pull a lot of information, but you don't have to give it.
Right. I think she, in talking to her, I think she, again, nobody really gives you, like, I was lucky again, but nobody gives you instructions or this is what to look out for or what to do. They kind of just throw you right in. And, I know that you were like, being with me because you didn't want everybody to be against me. But in the end, I still had your support. And she was wading her way through the best she can.
She's doing well. She's doing well. The sad part is, the scary part and the heartbreaking part about it is that now she's actually having to really acknowledge and accept that these bitches ain't your friends.
Yep.
They are not real friends. They don't want to be your friend. It's fugazi. It's just not real. To just see that, to have to accept it, it's hurtful,
Yeah, they need to bring in some. I told her, I said, don't you have some young friends who got doctors as a husband or a wife or something that you can have that's in your corner who has about that life and ain't scared? And she was just like, I don't know. I feel for her. I really do, because it's hard, and it's hard.
I know you do, and I do too, but I don't worry. For some reason, I'm not worried for her. I think she's going to be fine and do fine. And I think as long as you keep helping her and giving her insight just to watch her surround.
Tell the people that's who've been telling.
What you say?
Don't tell people that's who've been talking to. Oh. No, you can tell all you want, honey, because we don't hide our hands. We show them.
Yeah. I can't wait to meet her. She seemed really sweet and genuine.
Yeah. I'm gonna hook that up. But let me just scroll back to the having a driver, because your mama always peep.
Yeah.
She can see
beyond it, honey.
She can see beyond them twice.
She keep her antenna up. Mm-hmm.
Right. Also not using their cars because they put recording devices and such. I used to, when they left my house, I would always have after filming at my house, I would have somebody come and make sure there wasn't no recording devices. I'm very paranoid.
You have to be. You really, truly, you have the right to be. That's in some of the contracts, though.
It is in the contract, and I remember that. And my attorney told me that they could put stuff in your house.
We had it removed when we caught it.
Carrie
Wells was actually the person that caught it in the agreements, and initially with us. Season 1, she did.
But they put it in the friends agreements.
Wait a minute, honey. They was trying to make the friends foes, honey. Trying to find out all
they put it in the friends agreements. They'll put it in the grown payment full cash. Right. They put it in the little friends agreement. All right. So then Dr. Alicia joins with her cute dress for the 5 minutes. And listen, what I did not like is Andy was like, welcome, Alicia. She a whole damn doctor. Andy. Yes, I stay on his ass. She's a whole doctor. You need to call her Dr. Alicia, just like you call Dr. Heavenly Dr. Heavenly. She's a dentist. She's the same. Call her a damn doctor. And he did
Well,
not.
she might have should have said that. You got to be quick on your feet with them. Yeah.
She should have. She might have been into. I think she handled herself well. It was very elegant.
She is. She was very elegant.
So they Alicia talking about leaving her kids home with her husband first time. That's my thing. And then Jackie getting all hippity hop and hype about her husband, saying that, that he got her in line and all this. Why they worry about what's going on at their house? Because last time we checked, Kima ain't out there in the DR or in the streets. And Jackie and Curtis don't need to be giving nobody no marital advice.
Right. And you got to let people run their households the way they run them. They love to criticize how you do, how you do things, but people got to run their households accordingly. You stay in yours and I shall stay in mine.
Correct. And I liked how she stood on it, was like, I'm happy to be a mom, and I'm happy that my husband is an oral surgeon and is able to take care of our family. And I again thought it was real hypocritical of the dentist, even given that when she came on the show, she was very, I'm submissive to my man and he's the king of my household.
Yeah, she was. And there's nothing wrong with that. And and marriages go through cycles. Go through cycles. You might have a submissive cycle, and you might have a cycle that say, listen, right now I'm pushing through, I'm working on me, and I just need you to follow my lead right now and support me.
But I'm just saying, for her to have been, come from that kind of background in marriage and in her belief system, for her to then judge Dr. Alicia is hypocritical.
It is extremely hypocritical, but you're acting like it's not Heavenly doing this. She's very, how Heavenly is. I mean, why are you acting surprised? Like, that's what she does. She pick on everybody else's marriage so nobody can focus on hers. It's the classic bit, a bait and switch. You know what it is. It's a diversion.
Then Heavenly try to act like I said Heavenly, we don't say each other's names. The dentist. If she don't say my name, I don't say her damn name.
Oh, she don't say your name either.
Oh, no, she said, I'm never saying that crazy bitch name. So I don't say her name neither.
My God.
The dentist then says that she, Andy messy ass asked her about Sweet Tea, saying her mama went to hell or whatever. And Heavenly act like she was, really upset about that. And and said, but thank you, because now my sister called me after that because that was so egregious. And now my sister and I are counseling. And I'm like, girl.
Much as she talked about people's mothers. Now, I do believe, I get it. When someone passed, I think that, you respect the dead. Rest in peace, rest in paradise, rest in heaven. But I feel like she can't really question anybody saying the word mama, much as she said my mama to me. And it was so disrespectful to my mother. That was one of the things that absolutely irked my soul and my spirit. The way everybody just sat around and act like that was normal in our Black community. We usually raise and respect our mothers up. We don't tear them down. You don't talk about mama. You don't talk about me, mom. You don't talk about Nana. You don't talk about Medea. You don't do that. Like, especially a 70-year-old woman. So I just. Heavenly kind of set the tone for that mom stuff. And I remember Jackie saying, it's not a big deal to me. And I knew then that we weren't cut from the same cloth. Because
but is Jackie close to her mother? Because that's always a thing. Is Jackie close to her mother? So it wouldn't matter to somebody who don't talk to their mama every day like we do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't play
mama is your best friend like our mothers are, then it would matter to you.
I think it's a special place in hell for people that go below the belt. And I think they just cross boundaries. I don't like the mama joke. I don't like none of that. So I did not like Sweet Tea saying that. To be honest.
Yeah.
However, I get it because Heavenly has poked that girl until anything she says, she's justified.
Right.
The way she's been bullied.
Right. And the way they apologize, Sweet Tea apologized too. So they should be over it. Like they told me to get over stuff. So get over it. Don't bring it up no more. It's over. She apologized.
Right. On to the next.
On to the next,
Right.
smile.
Mhm.
So, but yes, rest in heaven for her mother. We don't play about the dead, and that ain't nothing to
Yeah.
joke about. So the men segment, child, we're gonna wrap this mess up. So the men, I loved always the dynamic that you had with the husbands in the show, where really it seemed like they could have their own show. The husbands and their interactions, and so I liked
Put
Andy, like,
Eugene back with the women, though. Put Eugene on the other side. See, I'm still mad at him. He opened up. I said he's about to tell a fat, funky phase on lie when he started. When he was, I'm going back to the Carlos King thing. So when I seen him in the group, I said, put his ass on over there with the bitches. Like he want to be messy and stuff. I said, you know what? You can't even be nice. As sweet as I have been to toying him, I thought, is he for real? So anyway, I'm giving a sidebar about his comments towards me, honey. So when I seen him up there, I had a different reaction. I love seeing the guys, and I never talk about the guys. But take Eugene ass out of there because he want to be messing with the women, honey. Oh, Eugene, he got to go back to the Eugina name. Talking about I like to fight. And I don't want a damn fight. If I had some brothers standing next to me with some strong backbone and really truly believe in creating a legacy for all of our families, they'd have supported me. Damn, I just, put his ass on in the corner somewhere too, honey.
Period. No, you don't apologize. You don't apologize at all. I'm gonna skip all that other stuff. They were talking about Curtis and Cecil. I don't care about none of that mess. I like Kima. I don't like I just because they're different, and that's what we need. Dr. Kima.
He was. I didn't give me more on what were your thoughts on? I'm not cutting my balls off.
So he was just like, he cleaned it up, but in the moment when that episode, he was like, y'all he was like, y'all let y'all women run y'all, like blah 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 blah, and he's like, that ain't
all lies. It ain't all lies, honey. He ain't lying on some of them. Right. You're wearing me bouncing around from house to house. I mean, shit, don't get me started.
Get started. The people want you to get started. I need you to get started.
Yeah, I know you won't, child. When I go back, honey, if I'm trying my best. I start cha-cha sliding backwards. You got me back. I'm trying to look forward, but I want to be back and be messy as a mug. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard for me to watch. I know God, I am in a work in progress and trying to progress forward, Bucky. I'm Buffy.
Doing it.
But baby, I'm finna nuck if I keep watching. So we got one more reunion. That's it, honey.
Yeah, and then we done.
We got to be done.
We're moving on. That's all we giving him. He said his wife was well trained when she came and fixed his plate, and that through all Jackie lost her damn mind. The men were all like whatever, and then I will give Simone this. It was funny as hell. She said, "Kima is from Zamunda." That shit was funny. I would give her.
Yeah. Well, that explains it. Maybe just a different culture, honey. But
he said, "I'm Nigerian. I was raised in Jamaica, and this is how it works in my household." And he said, "I believe it should be 51% man, 49% wife. Somebody got to be the head of the household." And like, if they like it, we love it. I don't have to. It ain't my house, so why does that?
I believe that in some, a few little changes, but I believe that somebody does have to take the lead. Everybody can't have the same position,
right? So I gotta ask you something. And it's real messy. And Andy brought it up. Dr. Kima said he don't go down on women. What? Baby, that's a deal breaker for me.
So you asking me what? What
you agree? Do you agree that that's a deal breaker? That's a deal breaker.
Deal breaker. He wouldn't even. It ain't make a deal. We don't need this. Absolutely, it is a deal breaker. Yeah, that's crazy.
Bullshit.
So I think he don't want anybody going downtown either then, right? Ooh. Surely he wouldn't be the type that want to receive it but don't want to give it. Surely he wouldn't be one of those.
That's a good question that somebody should have asked at that reunion.
Ooh, I bet she got bless her heart. She probably
bless her heart. Ain't no way. I looked at David and I was like, lies. Ain't no way.
Yeah, see, they talking about he from Zamunda, honey. He's supposed to have you with your leg up,
Right,
the
all up
tunic up.
everywhere, throwing you around the
And
room.
I'll be old child. He's supposed to be doing the most. Mhm.
Yeah,
That is
that's a deal
definitely a deal
breaker.
breaker.
That's a damn deal breaker. I can't. That don't work for me. That I don't know. Bless her
It
again. You like
definitely
it,
doesn't
we
work
love
for me.
it, but that ain't gonna happen in my house. So then they put an extra chair out. Everybody's like, "Oh, quiet. Who did you bring? Who did you bring?" And baby, when I tell you that Miss Phaedra did a checkmate on them
With
when she
Apollo.
skated, yes, when she skated through that whole season doing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, she came with Apollo. He looked nice. He's a handsome guy.
He is. So do you
Yeah.
think he's gonna come back next season with her, even though he ain't married to medicine? He.
I think that if Phaedra's on there, I think we should expect some Apollo, with them having,
Parents.
two handsome boys, together.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think he'll probably do some pop-ups. I don't really know the extent of their relationship and the dynamics of it, but I would think he would be seen. I didn't understand the dynamic of the reunion, but I think it was a nice surprise. He was some
I
cute little
understood the
acting.
dynamic. I
Huh?
understood the dynamic.
You
I
did.
understood Phaedra knew that she skated through that whole season and barely worked, and that she better bring some drama to this damn reunion so she can keep her job. I know
So
that.
let me ask you this: do you think it was more views? You think Apollo brings in more viewership, or he's great eye candy, or you think the women just wanted to see where he was, or you know?
I think all of the above. I mean, she has an ex-husband who just got out of prison, was in prison for 5 years.
Yeah,
People want to know more about her life. She didn't really share much about her life. We didn't see the alleged doctor boyfriend, nothing.
exactly.
I mean, she showed us a birthday party with her kids, and they're gorgeous, and that's wonderful and all. But baby, this married to medicine, we got to get into it.
So
Y'all,
when
y'all.
does the medicine? So when does the medicine part
Well, she a Reiki
integrate?
master. She a Reiki
Huh?
master. She's a Reiki master.
Girl. Woo woo. All right then.
You didn't see the Reiki episode?
No, I may have missed that one. It seemed like a few people could use it though.
Right. Yeah, I don't know when the medicine's gonna come in, but I feel like she was playing chess and was like, I
Yeah.
best do something and show some different layers. And from what I've heard, he wasn't real like kissing her behind either. In the
It
next
should be.
episode.
I will think now. Do you think that it'll be a good integration with him and the rest of the husbands?
I do, yeah. I feel like Apollo probably cool people. I mean, just don't give him your credit card, but I mean,
He might not need it. Shit, She'll wait a minute. You said don't give him your credit card, right?
I mean, he's good for the show. He's definitely good eye candy, and it would be great to see him. He's probably good with his boys, and that adds a layer for Phaedra. And she should be dating a doctor and have her ex-husband around. I feel like that would be great for the show.
I like the marriage or the real serious couple component of it. I just feel
I
like
agree.
that edge that gives you the edge, and we just need. I can't say enough. I'm just big on the married couples.
It's your show. It's what you
But
envision.
it's taking a different turn, and I get that. You got to let it grow. It grows its own legs and arms and go in a different direction, and so be it. But needless to say, I think he was great eye candy.
Yeah, and I think in next season, since the dentist said everybody got their contracts, because she is clearly now running everything in her mind, and can't keep her mouth shut. I think there's gonna be some tension with Quad and Phaedra, and that would be refreshing instead of it being Quad and everybody on the couches.
It probably would be, but Buffy, I think the challenge I'm having is to how authentic will it be? Like I can always see through it when it's like made up, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When they're trying to make it for story. If they just let the chips fall where they may, then there's going to be natural conflict. They don't even have to, spark it up. It's just dealing with a group of women, with these different personalities. So I could see that with Quad and Phaedra, very much so on the show, especially as time progresses, because everybody think they'll both be thinking they queen bee.
Right. And they both stunt queens, they both extra, they both, larger than life personalities, they both got the big this and the big that, and I can see that, butting heads, especially given that she kind of just dropped Quad real quick, like for survival.
Real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
They ain't gonna give Quad shit. She's gonna pay her desert dust. She's not going to spat or volley with Quad at all. I don't think so.
But then how she on the show?
I mean, same way she did this season. I think she's just gonna show up in her scenes, cute, bring Apollo when she needs to, and I mean, do something big and fabulous for her sons.
And they gonna
work this time, honey. I don't think she's gonna get Quad much.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna get Quad. I think she's gonna be very minuscule.
So what did you think of this episode? It was better than the first one, I think. But what do you think,
I thought it was better than the first one. I just thought that they kind of, from the top of the episode, it just felt kind of like, how did they get there that fast? Yeah. So I felt like it just moved kind of fast from the last one where things left off, and it could have been an editing, probably is, but I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great or good, to be honest, because I don't have anything to look forward to. What are we looking forward to seeing the third one for? Like, what is it that needs to be resolved?
Well, they're going to get into the whole Simone allegedly planning that trip to South Carolina, where the scene of the Spirit Airlines Curtis affair.
Yeah.
Then Jackie probably going to squeeze out another fake tear and act, turn a robot simulation onto humanoid so she can get some sympathy for that, and people will forget about what she said about Black women crying.
It's going to be so surface that you don't have to worry about it. You could tell how confident and cocky Curtis was in the dressing rooms. Let me tell you something. Typically, you're shaking, and not because you're afraid, just because you finna relive some shit, something awkward and uncomfortable, again, for the third time, usually on the reunion. So he just seemed real confident. So I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I think it'll be very surface, knowing they just gonna brush over it since it's some stuff with Jackie on it.
You're probably right, since he was in there giving folk marital advice, child.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet $50 that they're gonna brush over it. If I'm wrong, I'll take you on.
I'll take you on, because I want them to get in their ass.
Wanting is one thing, but actually making it happen is something different, honey. They're not gonna get into people's ass.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Now, Mariah, tell the good people about Sleek and where they can find you and on social media.
Yes, well, they can always follow me at ILUV Mariah on Instagram, Facebook, and on X. And Sleek Studios, y'all know it's my new co-work space, TV studio in the heart of McDonough, Georgia. We got podcast rooms. I'm in one right now. We have co-working places in the front, in the back, conference room, a full green screen studio, 41 Griffin Street, McDonough, Georgia. I love your support. Y'all come out. You want to do a podcast, you want to, film, whatever it is you need to do. We are your go-to place for, all things media. Sleek Studios.
Yes. Y'all come through the Sleek. It is fabulous. And we got some good stuff coming for y'all exclusively from Sleek.
We do.
Exclusively from Sleek.
Hopefully Buffy won't have me backsliding. Y'all know the niggas gonna get me. She trying to get me warmed up so I get messier and messier. I'm like, no, Buffy, I'm gonna do it. I just, I'm gonna rise above. When they go low, I'm gonna go high.
No, we're going to the gutter.
I said, Buffy, I won't go to hell, but maybe I'll tiptoe and teeter the line in purgatory. But I'm gonna come right back.
I'm a bad influence on Mariah, y'all, but it's all right.
Yeah. No, you're not. You know what? Some of those wounds are still there. I'm just laughing to keep from crying. Honestly, it's really hard, but I'm pushing through.
But we're gonna push through. You're right. Well, y'all, thank you so much for joining us. This was so much fun. As usual, Mariah and I are gonna come back for the final.
Yes, we are.
Next week, honey. And then we're gonna do what? Pay these hoes what? Dust.
Desert dust. Yes, ma'am, honey.
Yes. We love
Yes.
y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you keep up the likes,
Thank
the
you.
comments, everything. We're going to get into comments with y'all in a minute. We love you. Smooches.